Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into the article today. So, Warner Brothers Discovery, or WBD, insiders in Poland have reacted with alarm after a group of European regulators said they plan to meet to discuss what the insiders believe could lead to the closure of the U.S. media giant's operation in the nation. The National Broadcasting Council of Poland, or KRRIT, yesterday said it intends to organize a gathering of 9 audiovisual market regulators from Central and Eastern Europe in Warsaw in September in a bid to jointly counter Russian propaganda within the European Union. The WBD insiders interpret the move as an attempt to potentially shut down its legacy Polish operation, which includes news network TVN24. They point to frequent attacks by the Polish government, the KRRIT overseer, that conflates its anti-government reporting with being pro-Russian. That really reminds me of how so many people scream anti-Semitism when you criticize the Israeli government, as if the Israeli government and Israel and Jews are all synonymous. No, that's so. If true, this is disturbing. Last month, a TVN24 journalist was called a Kremlin representative by Yaroslav Kaczynski, the head of the ruling Law and Justice Party, a move that was slammed by the Reporters Without Borders organization, while KRRIT chairman Maciej Swirsky, oh my god, I know how to pronounce these names, recently tweeted saying that he had refused an invitation to appear on TVN, adding, "I believe that appearances on TVN give more credibility to their manipulations." TVN broadcasts a range of popular channels in Poland, and the main channel carries an evening news program, Fakty, which regularly criticizes the government. The group of regulators will come together in September, more than a year after KRIT signed a memorandum of cooperation with the Ukrainian National Council of Television and Radio Broadcasting. In September and October of the same year, representatives from the KRRIT and the National Media Institute conducted a series of 5 online workshops for employees and associates of the Ukrainian regulator, with approximately 100 participants. A WBD source told Deadline, "There's a growing concern over escalating attacks from the government on independent media in Poland." The source implied that KRRIT is using the Ukraine war as a smokescreen for its desire to punish TVN. The news comes a week after WBD Poland boss Kasia Kieli revealed that KRRIT has not yet renewed the license for its main channel, which expires next year. The license renewal, which should be a formality, according to Kieli, was submitted 6 months ago, but WBD has not heard back from the regulator. This is concerning after what we have experienced in the past with our news channel TVN24 and the recent attacks on our journalism, she said at the time. Kieli refused Deadline's request for further comment on WBD's next steps, but insiders believe the ruling party is stalling on the license, which runs out next spring, prior to the late 2023 Polish elections, where the Law and Justice Party will be seeking a Senate majority led by Kaczynski. The state regulator has recently opened investigations into independent media who have broadcast reports disliked by the ruling authorities. In 2021, the government also questioned TVN's management, structure before attempting to pass a bill banning foreign ownership of media companies in the European nation that would have meant WBD, then just Discovery, losing more than half of its control of TVN Group. The controversial Lex TVN legislation was, however, not ratified by Polish President Andrzej Duda. KRRIT has not responded to Deadline's request for comment by publication time. And this was published, where are we? June 22nd. So not that long ago. Now, like I said, this is disturbing if true, because you should be able to criticize the government. I mean, that doesn't necessarily make you, pro-Russia. You should be able to criticize your own government, because if you can't do that, you live in a dictatorship, you live in an authoritarian regime, because we need to be able to criticize things we don't like about the government, because how else is the government going to, for one thing, know what the people want and try to give them what they want? If this is true, Poland is saying that we're going to do what we want and we don't give a flying fuck what our people want. We don't care about their criticism. We don't care about their opinions. We're just going to do our thing. Which is a scary, scary thought, because that is not how a government should be run. Regardless of whether you agree with their policies or disagree, you should be on the side of being able to voice what you like about something, what you don't like about something. The minute you can't say that, there's trouble brewing. Now, granted, Poland already is in hot water with the European Union, because I think that something about their judicial system. Now, I can't remember, because both Poland and Hungary are being punished. So I don't know if it's their judiciary or just the fact that they're so horribly anti-abortion. I can't remember. I know it's a human rights issue. I just don't know to what extent, whether it has something to do with judiciary or being horribly anti-abortion. I should say anti-pro-choice. Anyway, that's all I have for this article. And like I mentioned, Israel is already doing this. So it sounds like Poland wants to go the way of Israel, in that they have the world convinced, or at least the parts of the world that just, follow along without bothering to think, that if you criticize Israel, and by criticizing Israel, I mean the Israeli government, you're criticizing Jews, which makes you anti-Semitic. Poland seems to be going down that road without being able to go to the anti-Semitism, but they can say you're being anti-Polish. And hell, there are people in the US who are doing the same thing. Unless you blindly agree with everything that this person likes, which is usually racist, fascist, Republicans, then you must be anti-American. No, that is literally not how any of this works. So, yes, this rise of fascism around the world is very disturbing, because people should be able to criticize their government or want to make their country better. There's nothing wrong with that. But there comes a time when, if you prevent others from doing the same, where you basically lose the high moral ground, and you are basically showing how how you don't feel confident in your own position. Because if you felt confident in your own position, you would have no problem with the criticism, because the criticism, whether warranted or not, is welcome, because it could make your position better, or you could just ignore it and say, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, which is fine. But the criticism at least is out there, and other people can go over the criticism. Does this make sense? Does it not make sense? And to prevent that, to prevent any criticism, I understand that they don't want to be seen as pro-Russia right now, but how is preventing any dissent from the government a good thing? I mean, it's just basically screaming, we do not feel confident in our policies, but yet we want to retain power, so we're just going to stifle all that criticism and hope that we just gain a bigger majority and a bigger majority, so we can have a stranglehold on the country, so we don't have to worry about losing power again. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's what the Republicans are doing in the US as well. So, yeah, this is a worrying trend. And, say what you will about Warner Brothers, whether you like what they're doing, whether you dislike what they're doing. They have a point, because they're not just in the entertainment business. They also have a news division, which, granted, before this article, I didn't even know existed. I thought it was just an entertainment company, which, granted, it does have Discovery in its name, but still. I didn't think that they were a news organization, possibly educational programming, but not a news organization. So yeah, hopefully things get resolved, and hopefully, because other media organizations are picking up on this story, hopefully this will put pressure on, if not the parliament, at least Duda, to say no, renew this license, because we don't want to be seen as an authoritarian regime, even if we are. Which I'm pretty sure they are, but at least pretend that you're not. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I will see you guys in the next video.